Although Mickey Mouse is the most classic Disney anyone could possibly watch, it's hard to find quality content about it nowadays. I mean, if you want to watch Mickey and the gang on screen, where would you even go? The Mickey Mouse Clubhouse? Minnie's Bow Tunes? Kingdom Hearts? It's hard to find good content that is exclusively about Mickey Mouse and the gang having a good time. I think that's the main reason this special is so unique, because it's actually kind of good. You see, I can't decide if I really like this special or if it's just a bunch of Christmas hogwash. That's like the biggest balancing act any Christmas movie has to accomplish. When to keep it fun and when to hammer in on the emotional aspect. Most Christmas movies are really bad at it. Like,
the reason he was hanging out with you is to get me answers on who you actually are.
It's not like it sounds.
Why would you do this to me?
And yes, I'm aware that this entire series could just be based off terrible, terrible, terrible Hallmark movies, of which there are many of, but everyone's already doing that, so. Anyway, with a title like Mickey's Once Upon a Christmas, I just wasn't expecting much. And I think I got a little more than I bargained for. Mickey's Once Upon a Christmas is exactly what you would expect from the title. The gang of Mickey Mouse characters all enjoying their Christmas in wildly different ways. The twist is that it's 3 different stories that all have nothing to do with each other, so of course we have to add a live-action framing device, whose only purpose is to tell the audience that Christmas, it's about love. Like, wow. You really got me there. Right there, my little heart, Disney. The first one in the trio to get their own short is Donald Duck, who's always been one of the most hit or miss Mickey Mouse characters. When he's good, Donald's anger is great. When he's bad, his shrill scream echoes in nightmares across the globe, festering like a wound 11. I'm not gonna add that. It's gonna go away, don't worry. Fortunately, I think he was done pretty well here. He's not the focus of this specific short though. That would go to his sons, who are perfectly fine. I mean, as the focus of the story, they could be a lot worse. The real appeal of this short is the Groundhog Day-esque story they decide to spin on it. So the 3 boys wish that Christmas could come every day, which, surprise, surprise, it does. They keep going through the same routine day after day. Sledding, refusing to be affectionate with their aunt, eating turkey, being rambunctious, until they learn that they need to be kind on Christmas in order to really enjoy it. That's what prompts them to finally wake up on December 26th. What a wholesome story. Okay, I know I'm making fun of it, but this short is definitely held up by the fact that the physical comedy is surprisingly good. I had a blast watching all these characters react to the stupidity of the 3 ducklings, and it was a moderately fun time. Obviously, this isn't anything groundbreaking, but it did keep my attention, and I wouldn't mind watching it again sometime. The Goofy short, on the other hand, look, I know Goofy does have his fans, and I know that a lot of people find his laughter infectious, but I don't know. I don't have a hatred towards the guy. I still find his shorts moderately funny, but this one, any story about a grown man believing in Santa Claus is not one that I can really get behind. At first I thought this whole story about him convincing his son that Santa is real was just an act, but this short doesn't really support that theory. It ends with Goofy needing consoling from his own son about the fact that Santa isn't real. I'm sorry, I just don't understand. Is Goofy... is he buying the presents every year? Does Santa actually exist in this universe? But then why does Stinky Pete say that he doesn't? Doesn't he receive random presents too? It's also just not a very competent short. None of the characters are that funny. I mean, Goofy's kid is the main character and he's so bland I don't even remember his name. Stinky Pete's alright. Not that funny, but at least I didn't play up his fart jokes because good god that would have been a nightmare to get through. And that's it. That's this short's cast. Maybe once I see the Goofy movie I'll have a higher opinion of this dude, but for now this is easily the worst short of this movie. It's okay though, at least we're ending on a high note. Classic Mickey Mouse in his best form, absolutely amazing. I just love how much positive energy this guy gives off. I mean, come on, it's Mickey Mouse, how could you not love him? From a conceptual standpoint, he's just perfect. Granted, this short isn't amazing either, but like, it's Mickey Mouse. The one that started it all. So okay, maybe this is a replica of The Gift of the Magi, which was published like 120 years ago, but whatever, it's fine. It's original enough. So Mickey works at a tree selling place that's run by Stinky Pete, so that he can give Minnie the best Christmas ever. The problem is, he needs to be well tipped because they're running low on cash. Does this end exactly where you would expect? Well, yes, pretty much. Mickey buys the gift for her and she says that she doesn't need anything because he's enough and blah 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 blah, love is dead. I'm being really harsh on this. Yes, it's a concept everyone's seen 1,000 times, but there's also a lot of good moments sprinkled here and there. Like when Mickey pays for this nice family's tree even if Stinky Pete isn't a fan. Or when he plays music to attract attention to a toy drive. Or just the character. He's great. It's overall got a nice flow to it, and it wasn't bogged down by anything annoying or stupid. This is probably the best one, so I can understand why they decided to end with it. But yeah, that's Mickey's Once Upon a Christmas. If you ask me, it's a perfectly serviceable movie that does a little more than you would expect, but not more than you would hope. Its biggest appeal is the fact that it's perfect for any age group, although there are way better options for that niche. Speaking of which, I've got to go work on the grand finale video this year. For now, I'll give this a 6 out of 10 on the regular scale and a 7 out of 10 on the Christmas scale.